So what kind of assistance does Green Life offer its native sellers?
So the idea of starting Green Life was largely to support local people. We did offline events, which are Landor Mela. We do over here in Missouri, and Missouri Winterland Carnival happens. It's a state government big event. We participate in that. I organize that a portion or events of that event during the festival. So we do a lot of offline events where I would
Okay.
put up stalls,
Uh-huh.
exhibitions, fairs, and have local people participate for free. We wouldn't charge them any money for the product, but I would put up a stall and put their products out and obviously take commissions once the product was sold, but not charge them any money for all of this. After the event started picking up and our Landau Mela became from a 1 day event in 5 years, a 3 day event, I realized that we need to do this more consistently.
Mm-hmm.
And also, a lot of people, maybe because of time constraint or whatever, they can't come in. We only have 18 stalls. So every year I can only promote 18 people.
Mm-hmm.
And I have 30 emails, from different people. So we said, okay, let's get into an online space which is exclusively for these people who came to us in Landor Mela in the 5 years. So we had about
Okay.
35, 36 people
Mm-hmm.
over the years. And most of them repeated themselves unless they, were from different towns. So we've had the same participants from year one till year five, most of them. And it's a small town, so everybody knows they in advance book and all of that. So I realized, what do we do with these other new people who come to us? They're like, man, you're favoring that guy was there last year also, he was
Yeah.
last to last year also, and you can't say no. They are actually friends now, so you can't say no to them. So we thought that website would be a good idea. Let's put everything together. All these people, I called each one of them. I said, I'm putting together a website. I'll only focus on local products. Are you interested? They said yes. I took a long time after that to come back to them and said, okay, now I'm ready with the website. So a lot of them were still in the business. A lot of them had moved out of it, but they were new people. So I said, okay, it'll be an aid to my offline events. Whenever I want to look for vendors, I have my vendors on the website. I can call them up and say, hey, these products are doing well for you. Why don't you put them up on our fair over here? But COVID hit, so our offline ideas went for a toss, and we are focusing now fully on our online space in creating more. I won't say we were trying to add more products, but we're trying definitely are trying to add more customers, because I want to make sure these products that we have are firstly fully utilized, as opposed to adding more. And it's we're a small company, for us to
Mm-hmm.
keep stock of 500 products,
Yeah.
it's difficult.
Mm-hmm.
So we are in the process of now with our understanding of the business is fine tuning it and coming up and just getting rid of some products that we don't think anybody wants.
Okay.
Even if uh, those can sell in our retail store, but our website, I would like to have it a little more curated, a little
Okay.
more fine tuned, which we will in some time. But apart from that, we give exposure through our website or to the products. It also
Mm-hmm.
has a section called Know the Seller and Become a Seller. So the
Mm-hmm.
Know the Seller takes you to the page where you have all these guys who have put up their, at least the ones who have given us their profiles are up there, and the rest don't have profiles. The idea of this page was to, this was Know the Seller. There's another section called Know the Farmer, where we have profiles of villages. Eventually, once we have enough money, we will create a system where every crop you in every season from the villages that we are sourcing,
Mm-hmm.
at least once a month or during the crop time, you'd be able to see the video of what the crop is like happening this season. So
Okay.
if there are 11, 12 villages that we take from,
Uh-huh.
we'll every August, every before harvest, there'll be a
Mm-hmm.
current video of what that villages or that farm is producing, and then what is like season fresh coming a few months later. That's
Mm-hmm.
the idea of knowing the farmer, where you also get to kind of have a little interview. And because I know I
Mm-hmm.
go meet these people, so I could take a little video of them saying, hey man, how's it going, and what are you
Mm-hmm.
doing, and how's the experience this year. So people are also like kind of connected to the ground level, that oh man,
Yeah.
इस साल
Yeah.
लगता है अच्छी फसल नहीं होगी, या इस साल तो rhododendron बहुत अच्छे हुए हैं, so let's just go for the juice.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of thing. So those are the inroads. Then on the consumer front, I thought an affiliate program for local products is good because it helps reach out to more people, largely for local people to sell their own products. So if a guy is selling his product on my website, what is his incentive of, or his friend's incentive of promoting it when only one guy is getting commission? I said, let's start an affiliate program. So there are many smaller parts of the website that, over my experience of these 5 years of engaging with local vendors, local
Mm-hmm.
farmers, and understanding what they require, what is not here. I mean, pretty much nothing. And from that, what can I put together which will solve these problems for people?